It's Bourbon Night. Hello, I'm Chad.
I'm Sarah.
And seasons, greetings, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you say. Sarah, this is our 4th year of the gift-giving guide.
I really can't believe that.
4 years. What do we have in store?
How do we find new things?
I don't even know. Well, luckily they keep coming out with new bourbon, new rye.
That's true.
Great things like that.
Great accessories, lovely books to read.
Yes.
And we're here to tell you about them.
And Sarah, just as always, we've broken these up into categories.
That's right. And our first category is bourbons under $35. Chad, before I share with you our first bourbon in this category, I do want to say that these prices are based on prices in our area. Yeah. Now, I know wherever you live, they might be a little bit more. They might be a little bit less. Yeah. I don't know. I did not have the time to take the average of the entire United States.
What's the median?
Just so you know, we're just going based off of what we know. Good?
First bourbon.
First bourbon is Evan Williams Bottled and Bond.
Sarah, we're gonna get yelled at.
I'm poking some bear somewhere.
They're gonna yell at us.
But here's the thing about this. It's a Bottled and Bond bourbon. It's around $15, and it's just really great. Okay, maybe this isn't the ideal gift, but I think it's great for someone who's just getting into bourbon. And I think this is a great host gift. So if you're going to a party, this is something you could take. People can mix it. People can drink it over ice. People can drink it neat. We've been doing it in a lot of blind taste tests lately, and it's been doing pretty well. So for $15, I gotta go with it.
People want us to keep this under wraps because they don't want it to be the new thing that flies off the shelves.
Oops.
Coming in next is Rebel Yell 100 proof. This guy is such a surprise of 2019. For the price coming in around $20, it doesn't drink like a weeder. I've fooled people with this, you being one of them.
I was fooled.
It doesn't drink like a $20 bourbon, but this is just something that we feel like you need to experience for yourself. It's a great value. It's a great taste. It's less filling. I don't know.
Next up, we have the Old Forester Rye. So this isn't a bourbon, but it is something that we actually have found that we enjoyed. We do enjoy ryes on this channel.
We always sneak in a rye.
Sneak in a couple ryes.
And these guys, you know how that goes.
This one's also around $20. It's very tasty. It's very light. So if you know someone who's dabbling in ryes, I think it's a great way to dip a toe in without going full on like high rye and expensive.
Yeah. This next one is a little guy, but for reference. For reference, we're talking about the Peerless Bourbon. Now, this is a Peerless Rye because we found out we didn't have a little guy in the bourbon, but we're suggesting in this price category, the little guy, around $25.
Yep.
Because this is a $100 bourbon, we really think with this still being a younger bourbon, although of a very mature taste, a more mature profile, we think this little $25 is really giftable to get someone in who might think that they might not ever have Peerless on their home bar.
This is a great way to get a little taste of that without buying in the full price tag.
Yeah.
And look how small. It could be a good stocking stuffer.
Stocking
I don't know what stockings look like at your house, but maybe a $25 item belongs in there. Next up, we have something that you guys have probably seen around. This is the Jim Beam.
Probably passed over.
You think? Yeah. This is Jim Beam Single Barrel. This is $34. I think people see the Jim Beam logo and they think like, oh, that's
what I drank in college.
That's for the masses. That's what I drank in college. And it is not so with this single barrel product. It's got a lot of flavor. It's highly rated, so the sticker says.
There you go.
I think you should try it.
It's
a single barrel bourbon
around $34?
$34.
Yeah, there you go. And lastly, rounding out the $35 and below is
somewhat of a newcomer.
Yeah, and it has new in the title, New Riff. We liked this one for its value. This one is around $34 as well.
Also a Bottled and Bond.
Bottled and Bond product, Covington, Kentucky. It's just a really solid offering.
It is. They're coming out here. They're a newer company, and they're doing it right.
Doing it right.
They're doing it right.
Also, because they do right. All right, now on to our next category, which is $60 and under.
For our first bourbon in this category, we're going back to Jim Beam for some Knob Creek Single Barrel.
There you go.
Yeah, this is an older bottle. This runs about $40. This is what the newer bottle looks like.
But this is a pick, so that's
right.
why we're on. A lot of people will decide to go with that pick because sometimes you can just strike gold and hit magic.
You never know.
But for the $40 for that not guaranteed, mileage may vary. For that $40 usually price point, to get a single barrel from Jim Beam that's not a pick.
And it's Knob Creek.
It's tried and true.
Tried and true is the best way to describe Knob Creek.
120 proof single barrel.
120 proof for $40. Why didn't we lead with that?
Moving on to our next one, another newcomer and actually a younger bourbon. This one comes out of Texas. This is Iron Root Republic Harbinger. This is only a 27-month-old bourbon. But it's 115 proof for this particular. This is a 2018 release. It's non-chill filtered, and it has the flavor profile of something that's aged much longer. We're really impressed with some of the things that are coming out of Texas. This one being maybe number one, top two on our list. Let's say that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It runs about $50. Up next, we have Four Roses Small Batch Select, and was I so happy when this came out this year. So this combines 6 of the 10 Four Roses recipes. It's 104 proof, and it runs about $53.
Also non-chill filtered, I do believe.
And that just gets me every time.
Yes. Coming up next is this one. Oh yeah, this is the Double Oak.
What is it, Chad? Tell us more.
We have about 4 of these, and I forgot which one we picked.
We do have
the Double Oak from Sagamore Spirits. This is another rye. This is the one that we like the best of those 4 that we have from them. So this is a double oaked product. This is 96.6 proof, very approachable, very good. This comes in around $54, give or take, and we think it's worth it to try something that most people probably haven't had before.
Also coming in at $54, roughly, is the Maker's Castrank. Now, we were delighted to find something from Makers that we enjoy.
Yes.
This being one of the first things. This one's 112.2 proof. They don't get quite as high, but for someone in your life that's out there who really wants something from the Weller line and they can't get it, I'm not saying that this is a replacement. I'm just saying they probably like something wheated, and this is a nice cast strength, wheated bourbon that you can find on the shelf. It's gonna be $54.
Yeah.
It's got a holiday aesthetic. It's
for
nice.
Your Makers fan who might want to up it up,
I mean,
bam it
I
up
like
a notch.
it.
Yeah. All right, next up on the list is, ooh, look at this. It's test tubes. Ooh-wee. It's test tubes full of bourbon and rye and whiskey.
Wow, Chad.
Actually.
A lot of my favorite things are in those tubes.
Yeah.
We got...
This is the Heaven Hill Distillery American Whiskey Tasting Experience. Includes 5 100-milliliter bottles, so 500 milliliters of whiskey right here of 5 different expressions.
So not quite a full bottle, but you get to you get a sampler.
In this is the Bernheim 7-year wheat whiskey, the Larceny wheated bourbon, the Evan Williams single barrel, which is also good, the Elijah Craig small batch, and for a rye whiskey, Pikesville rye.
They didn't.
You know we're fans of. This comes in around $55, and it just screams gift.
Look at it. It's
a little
screaming
pull tab
gift.
Here. It's like an adult pop-up book.
Oh, how cute.
Yeah, because it has whiskey in it.
You can decide which one you like, and you want to go buy that full bottle on your own.
There you go.
I love it. Also something near and dear to my heart, which I was actually gifted the first time I ever had it.
Oh, pay it forward, Sarah.
What a wonderful gift, and I would love to share this gift with you, is Belle Meade Castrank. So they're from a distillery out of Tennessee. This runs about $55 as well. I mean, it varies, the proof. This is batch 2, the bottle that we have. Oh, it is so rich and dark and beautiful and so tasty.
This stuff is good, I will say it. All right, last in our category here is the good old Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit. Now this is the old classic turkey tail bottle. There is a new one.
It's technically a vintage bottle now.
We have one somewhere around here. We couldn't find it, full disclosure. But if you want to know what it looks like, just look at a bottle of Rare Breed. It
looks like that, but with a Kentucky Spirit label on it.
What this is our beloved Wild Turkey 101, but in a single barrel form. So this is 101 proof, single barrel of deliciousness for $60.
Love it.
It's a deal.
And on to our next category, $70 and above. Chad, would it be a list if we left out Booker's? Would it be?
It wouldn't be our list if we left out Booker's. It wouldn't be.
And some people might be like, well, you did this in a gift guide before. Well, fair.
We don't owe you anything.
But the thing is, the great thing about Booker's is they come out with 4 new expressions every year.
There you go.
So you can just choose the best, we'll tell you, don't worry, of the expressions of the year. So far, our favorite is the 2019-03 Country Ham.
Full disclosure, at the time of this recording, we have not had the 04 yet because it's not available in our area. Jim Beam.
Don't fuss at them.
Okay.
They do what they need to do.
Okay.
Anyways, for about $70, you can get this glorious barrel proof. I mean, I cannot sing its praises enough. I could go on about Booker's for an entire 20 minutes, so let's not. I'll shut it down. Yeah, I know, I get a little...
All right, yeah. Coming up next on our list, coming in around $90, is Joseph Magnus. We call this one the triple cast finish technically it is called straight bourbon whiskey finished in sherry and cognac casks. This is 100 proof. Shout out to Eric Wade, actually, for gifting us this bottle.
He did.
Did an uncorking on his channel of it.
A gift of about $90.
Yeah, exactly. And we've really been enjoying it.
We have been enjoying it.
As you can see.
It's finished in 2 sherry casks and 1 cognac cask.
Yeah.
And it's very rich and inviting and warm.
It is different. So if you're looking for something a little bit outside of the normal bourbon barrel, then we would suggest this Joseph Magnus.
Next, we have another box that I'm actually really excited about. This is the Generations of Proof box from MeCare's. So it's got
I'll be your Vanna White.
Oh, thank you. A MeCare's Cask Strength, which we talked about earlier, the MeCare's 46 Cask Strength, and the Rob Samuels Private Select from MeCare's. So you could get a bottle of the Private Select. I believe it's around $70 to $80 for just that bottle, but you get 3 mini cask strength bottles in there. You can sample the best of their cask strength selection. And I honestly have had all 3 of these, and I've been delighted by each of them, so I think that it's really nice that you could gift a small, not even a small sample. This is a nice sized bottle, I think.
So again, talking about made for gifting. It comes in a gift
literally
box.
Perfect. And it's a limited edition. I think, this is the first year I've seen them do it. I don't know if they'll continue to do it, but I highly recommend it for a 2019 gift.
Yeah, it says a limited edition collection right there.
I've read that.
Come on. All right, continuing down that Jim Beam trail, if you will, in the family of Bookers is Little Book. Now, this is Freddie No.
Little Book.
Fred No's son, who is paying...
Booker No's grandson.
Yeah, there you go. Paying homage to his grandfather, Booker No, with Little Book. Now, this is chapter 3. This is the first one so far that has been an actual bourbon. And this is a really cool mixture here.
Tell us about it, Chad.
It's a mixture of a 9-year-old Basil Hayden's, a 9-year-old Knob Creek, an 11-year-old Booker's, and a 12-year-old Baker's. It's chapter 3, The Road Home, and it, just like Booker's, it will come in a box. Around $115. This is a once-a-year release, though.
I don't know who you're gifting, but I could really see this impressing maybe a boss or a father-in-law or a soon-to-be father-in-law. Because it's likely something that someone hasn't had. It's the 3rd release of this, and it's not something I don't think it's more sought after, but it should be. And lastly, on this particular categories list is the Bardstown Bourbon Company Discovery Series. So they have been a newfound love in our life, specifically this Discovery Series. This is going to run a bit more. This is the top of the range, $130 per bottle, but it is,
There she goes again.
Here I go again. I don't know. Aside from the gorgeous bottle design,
it's the juice that's inside that counts.
That's true. And so their philosophy is that blending is an art, and I know that we believe that to be true, and some people don't buy into that, and that's okay. But they are fully transparent with what they're blending, except for the source.
If you know mash bills, you can get it.
It's deductive reasoning, right? You can get there. But it is probably my favorite blend ever, and I think I feel very comfortable with saying that. It is an artful blend. So this is cask strength, it's non-chill filtered, and it's 121.2 proof.
0.21 proof.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot that last one. See, again with the maths, I can't do it.
All right, now on to some accessories. So now we want to talk about some accessories.
We're opening a new chapter of gifts.
The first one, big shocker, we want to mention is whiskeyambitions.com. I mean, come on. But that's where you can get some really awesome bourbon t-shirts.
That's true.
You can get, look, Sarah, the glasses that we've been drinking out of all night.
Oh my gosh.
These awesome rocks glasses, which a neat pour doesn't look lost in.
Look, it doesn't look
because it's smaller,
lost.
But it'll still fit an ice ball or ice cube.
Ice ball, how lovely.
Yes, and challenge coins. If you're into collecting and into the whiskey tube community, these awesome challenge coins.
We have our Kentucky and Texas versions out now.
Yeah, exactly. So that's whiskeyambitions.com. You can check it out for all your gift giving needs throughout the year.
Throughout the year, not just Christmas.
All right, I feel gross now.
All right, now that's done.
Pimping ourselves.
All right, next up we've got the Iceology Ice Mold System. Now you can make spherical ice. You can make cube ice, which is what we have. You can make small cubes. You can make big cubes. Some people are not a fan of cube in their ice. A cube in their ice.
Cube in their ice. I mean...
An ice in their cube.
Yes.
Some people are not a fan of an
Sarah,
ice cube in their bourbon, but look at how beautiful and clear and perfect of a cube. Look at that cube. I'm sorry, if that's not satisfying, I don't know what is.
Now, We don't always put
it's so clear.
ice in our bourbon. Actually, we normally don't put ice in our bourbon, but on a hot day or for a cocktail, this is now our preferred ice system of choice. And speaking of, you know, those glasses you can get at whiskeyambitions.com.
It fits this cube.
Look how perfectly it fits. And now I have a nicely chilled yet slowly melting.
Oh, he's gonna sip.
Ah.
And they make smaller
People
cubes.
Are rolling their eyes right now.
I know, they really are.
Yeah.
If you want a smaller cube, they got smaller cubes. They have spheres, but they make this wonderfully clear, beautiful.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's this system here.
It's a system. I don't know how it works.
Where, you know, you have the tray, you have the styrofoam thing, and you just put it in there like this, exposed, but it makes the whole system really makes it to where it is completely clear ice.
Yeah.
It's really awesome. Moving on. When you're a Blanton's fan and you've collected all, or went to the distillery and just bought for
them.
like $1.99.
People don't know that you can do that.
All the tops. This lovely way to display it here. And this was a gift. This was an engagement gift for us. Shout out to Bill, the Whiskey Dick,
Whiskey Dictionary.
He sent this to us, but this is really cool because it holds the Blantons here. It's sort of horseshoe shaped, as it should be.
Oh.
And then all the BLANTONS.
So you can see the running. They run. If you don't know that,
Yep.
the horses are positioned differently.
Go to S, and they're all in different positions. And then you put your Blantons right there in the middle of the horseshoe. And
what a lovely display.
It even has the little placard right there on the front.
So maybe for the Blanton's
lover.
lover.
This is like always back here on our set now because we just love it so much.
It's such a nice piece.
Thank you, Bill, and you should give this to someone else.
All right, next up we have some great utility products, which we use all the time. These are what we call infinity bottles. These particular bottles were given to us by Iron Root.
Obviously, they have good taste.
They do have good taste. They use the bottles that we love. But these were used to hold their samples. You can use them to hold samples to give to someone else. Hold bottles that are getting close to empty so that they don't oxidize, or you can use them for what we love to do, which is make an infinity pour, or do any kind of blending. So you would just pour whatever's left of the few bottles that you have that are down to their very nearest to empty and make your own infinity bottle. But you can find these on our Amazon page. It's amazon.com/shop/itsbourbonnight.
That's right, and there's this is sort of the smaller size. We have bigger sizes on there as well. Link will be down in our description. Some of the links are affiliate links. They'll be down below, and also down below is our affiliate link disclosure. Well, Sarah, speaking of infinity bottles and blending, hacking whiskey.
Well, we've been doing some blending exercises that are in the book, and it's actually been really fun, and we really love them. Like, there's some... if you're into the whole poor man's pappy thing, or you know someone who is, there are definitely some great recipes in here.
Yeah.
A lot of good thought starters.
Ways you can hack whiskey, as I said. This is by Aaron Goldfarb, and there are a lot of recipes and also, just kind of tales of experience and so forth.
I think it's so cool.
It's a good read. It's not that expensive. It's worth picking up.
Okay, I know we have definitely recommended this before, and it's a little bit weird.
It's a little geeky.
Okay, so this is a drying rack.
Yes.
Specifically, it's a baby bottle drying rack. Do we have children? Not at this moment. If you have children, it could double as a bottle drying rack. And those pesky Glencairns that don't want to stay upright.
Is your mind blown? And what are Glencairns but adult baby bottles?
Right, adult bottles.
In a way.
Look at that.
Look at this.
It is more helpful for just Glencairns, like all kinds of odds and ends in the kitchen. But anytime we do like a flight fight or anything like that, you can wash it, you can take the grass, we call it the grass.
What's grass?
You can take the grass out, you can wash the whole tray. It's just great for organizing and making your kitchen neater when you're trying to wash things that are of odd shapes and sizes and weights. It's just nice.
Your smaller infinity bottles could go on here as well. Your sample bottles, a little 1 and 2 ounce
sample bottles.
Bottles
those
that we
are
give
such a
to
pain.
all of our friends and so forth. We need to order a couple more.
We should order more.
We're gonna order some
We
more.
have so many flight fights we don't even have. But again, on our Amazon page.
Yep. All right, so we're not big smokers, for cigars. I mean, once in a blue moon, I would say so. But this is actually...
But we recognize that a lot of whiskey drinkers are cigar smokers.
We recognize, yes. A nice cigar and whiskey pairing is, something to respect. This is called the Kentucky Double. It is an ashtray that doubles
snap.
as a coaster. And
wow, that's nice.
Yes, it is. And, of course, you have the Horseshoe here, paying homage to Kentucky, where a lot of bourbon comes from. So you have your three
So it's for you and friends.
3-positioned ashtray, spots for 3 cigars, spot for your rocks
beverage.
glass. Put it right there, Sarah. Put her there. Look at that. And you have the nice ornamental Horseshoe right there. Yeah, this is handcrafted in the USA. This is, theKentuckyDouble.com. It's not YMCA, Sarah.
No, it's not. I also didn't know how to do S. All right, so last up in this category is something that I will say we don't often use.
Correct.
But there is always a scenario for a chilling of a whiskey, especially in July. I mean, I cannot drink Booker's at 128 proof in the middle of July without any type of chill. However, sometimes you don't want any dilution, like with the Iceology. Like, it's a great cube, but what if I'm drinking something at around 107 proof and I don't want it to be diluted? What about these beautiful... Look at these. Those are gorgeous stones. Yeah. I've actually never seen any that come in a holder like this. This is Brotec Whiskey Stones, by the way, in case I didn't say. This little box comes with 4 coasters and these wonderfully round and soft.
Now, these are very soft, very smooth. You put these in the freezer for a few hours, and you just pop one in your 1 or 2, however much you want, in your glass. It's going to chill it, but not dilute it at all. So, as we said, much like the cigars, we do this very seldomly.
But we do it.
But we do, so it's always good to have some nice whiskey stones in your arsenal. All right, well, that will wrap up this category. So now, Sarah, we're going to do a little bit of outside the box.
Let's do it.
All right, on to our last category, which is outside of the box, which is ironic that we're talking about a box. But we want to talk about subscriptions, first of all. So we have about 3 subscriptions we want to talk about. This is the first one. This is the Spirits Network, which we are a part of. We are on the spiritsnetwork.com.
Not only are we members, but we are
clients.
Partners. Clients, whatever you call it.
Oh, jeez. With the enthusiast or connoisseur level, you get a box such as this. Now, depending on your state, you might get some spirits in this box as well. That's all dependent upon your state, though. But inside, let's just take a little...
Look what we got in this box.
We have, and we're going to have to be quick about this. We have a flask.
Whiskey socks.
Coffee.
Bitters.
This box. Glasses.
Gin soap.
Yeah, and again, depending on your state...
You may also have...
spirits. Now here's a cool thing, Sarah. Since we are, as we said, partnering with the Spirits Network, we have a coupon code for you on this gift guide.
Coupon code!
If you go to spiritsnetwork.com and enter in the coupon code BNHoliday, that stands for Bourbon Night Holiday, you can get 10% off either the enthusiast or connoisseur levels, which would include a box such as this.
That's true.
Wowzers!
Another subscription that we love is the Bourbon Plus magazine. Now, this is your lifestyle and bourbon magazine. It is within the past 2 years, has recently come out, but we love it. It's got a lot of great articles. They did a whole feature on Freddie Johnson, who we adore from Buffalo Trace, but look at all these lifestyle articles. Like, it's so nice. Something to gift. Everyone gets magazine subscriptions as a gift, but this is one they'll actually like.
Yeah, a lot of cool people involved with this. Fred Minnick, your mentor, Peggy Stevens.
My idol.
Yeah.
And guide.
Lots of cool people involved with this. So this is a great magazine. All right, one more subscription. Let's talk about that now. All right, for our last subscription, we're going to recommend Flaviar.com. Now, this is interesting because it's another subscription service where, depending on the state that you live in, of course, you can receive whiskey in the mail. What? Not legal in some states. And other spirits. Yeah.
But let's be here. Let's be real. We're talking.
Of course we go. We got whiskey on the brain. Other spirits of the world. They have an advent calendar. They have where you can get the samples. You can also get a bottle.
Samples.
You can get different subscriptions on there. And pretty recently, they launched a new YouTube channel, which has got some really cool content on there as well.
Ooh, I want to go watch that.
We should after this.
I hope there's food stuff.
So we will suggest Flaviar.com as our last subscription service. Thinking outside of the box. Okay, fellas. you're wondering what to get the lady in your life, but you want to keep it in the whiskey world, well...
So this is definitely out of the box.
Now we've got it.
Now
Sarah?
we've got it. Okay, so these are MeCare body products, and they're all like bourbon and spirits themed. This is the Midnight Moon Moisturizer. It's Bourbon Bliss. I really like this bourbon body scrub.
The good thing is...
This is a...
Oh,
it's not... Wait, nope, I gotta show them.
There you go.
Oh,
yes.
Look at that drip.
As a guy, we ran these people, this company in Louisville, and as a guy, I can say that I can get behind these products. They smell really good.
We tried them.
And they remind me of bourbon. So we have an assortment here of stuff. It's MeCare. You can buy it for your wife, your girlfriend, etc. But then you're gonna find yourself probably using them as well. Treat yourself. You know what I'm saying? Treat yourself.
Okay, I gotta say, I really love this bootleg body butter. And body butter is basically just like an intense lotion.
Yeah.
But it is, I mean, it's so thick, like you have to scrape it. But that smell.
It smells good, right?
I mean, for those winter months, this is the perfect Christmas gift.
I feel like we're on QVC now.
I mean, we are on QVC. My hands are now moisturized, and it smells great, and like bourbon.
Yes.
But it's not like exactly bourbon. It's bourbon sugar,
yeah.
But it's really nice and warm.
You're not gonna smell like you drank a bottle of bourbon.
No one wants to smell like that.
But it's more like, walking into a rick house. It's in the neighborhood.
You can find that with MeCare.
Yeah, MeCare.
Okay, so this next one is more up my alley than Chad's because I am the coffee drinker out of the two of us. But this Oak and Bond coffee, y'all.
Y'all.
Until he picks it up.
She went southern.
They have a few different blends of their coffee. This is the bourbon barrel aged espresso blend. They have the just regular bourbon barrel aged blend. This is from a Brazil single origin coffee.
And they have rye whiskey barrel aged coffee. Costa Rica's single origin coffee.
I'm not joking. This stuff is delicious. I've tried it with...
It smells great. I can say that. I don't like coffee.
I can just tell you, if you have someone in your life that likes coffee and cream, maybe a canister of this, maybe a bottle of bourbon cream. What?
Ooh, what? Sarah.
What a nice gift. Now, lots of places serve bourbon cream now, so you get it from Buffalo Trace. 1792 has some. Yeah. There's lots of places that have bourbon cream now. So a canister of this with a little bottle of cream. There you go. That is your gift for your bourbon drinker who also loves coffee.
There you go. And that will do it. Hopefully you found something on this gift guide that will be for you. I feel like we covered a lot of areas, Sarah.
We did cover a lot.
Yeah, again, links to a lot of the stuff down in the description below, so check that out. We've already mentioned whiskeyambitions.com, but there is another place where you can go.
You can go to patreon.com/itsbourbonnight, and for as little as $1 a month, you can join in on our fun for the whole year. And maybe that's your gift. I don't know, a Patreon membership for a year.
You know what? That's like the best suggestion.
Because we do polls, we do Patreon-only podcasts, we do just general community fun. So that's another thing that you can do.
But speaking of that, if you are not a subscriber to the channel already, you can click right up here to subscribe. There's also some suggestions of other videos that you can click down here. We will see you over in those, hopefully. Thank you, Sarah.
Hey, thanks, Chad.
All right, for our 4th year, we love it.
What?
All right, until next time, drink more bourbon.